Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be putting together another Project Life spread, March Part 2. I have all my photos laid out. They were printed by Persnickety Prints, so of course they're going to be the best quality, which I love using Persnickety Prints for Project Life specifically, and Week in the Life and Day in the Life usually. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Sabrina and I am on a couple design teams, Coco Daisy, ScrappinHappyStudio, and Tracy Reed Designs. I'm always making something. I also just launched my first big picture classes, and I'll leave the information in the description box below. Okay, so like I said, this is March Part 2. I'm going to use a bunch of ScrappinHappyStudio Flairs to kind of be my color scheme. And so I'll be going with pink, purple, and blue. And I also pulled out a bunch of stamps, and I'm just going to use cardstock to make my own custom journaling cards with my stamps and just kind of go with that formula. Allie Edwards is always talking about a simple formula that you can just follow and make it super easy to get your projects done. So that is what I am going to do here. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with this card, and I'm also going to try an approach that I've seen Heba do, my little journal. I've mentioned her lots of times. She does it card by card, and I really like that format, so I am going to give it a try and see if that helps me to be faster. Because I feel like when I see the entire spread like all laid out, it's a little bit overwhelming, and that's when I start to overthink my choices and make it too complicated. So for this spread right here, I took a Week in the Life stamp set. I actually checked. It's from 2017, and I made a phrase that said afternoon routine and just journaled about that. I have a flare that says wild, but I can't decide if I want it like right on top of my daughter's ball or if I want it in the corner. So I'm just going to move on to the next little flare that I want to use that says love home or happy home, and I'm going to put that in the top left corner. Once again, using double-sided adhesive tape, nothing wet. For my journaling card right here, I'm going to stamp March, but I just want March. I don't want March memories because I'm going to use another stamp set that says Spring Stories. And then I will just do bullet points of main highlights for my journaling. I don't feel like I have to go into detailed stories about the various things because I just want to get this project done, and a lot of these stories have been done somewhere else, or I don't know, just at this point doesn't matter. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it matters more to get the photos printed and at least an overview of what was going on in our life in 2019. So just the bullet points using another stamp set, another piece from that stamp set, Week in the Life stamp set. And then in the corner, I will add a flower flare. And I'm just stamping the circle and then just writing a little bit about the photos. And also, thinking back how last March we did all this fun stuff, and this past March, nope. Like the Bubble Lady, didn't get to do that this year. There was no Bubble Lady. And we also didn't get to go to the museums, and just life is very different now. So, interesting to think back on how things have changed. So cutting my adhesive, and then I will put it down on the journaling card, and this one will be done. I love how this card came together. Simple, but really colorful and striking. So then I had the idea to kind of make a cluster of stamps, kind of not floating. I want to say floating, but this one would be in the middle. So I put that one in the middle that says look on the bright side, and then I decided to use a heart. And then I wound up with a weird kind of unbalance on the left side. So I'm just going to combine some more of the phrases, the tiny words, and then just stamp that 2 times, and then that card will be done. There we go. So it's something a little bit different, and there we go. That page is done. It came together so quick. So I really like that method of just doing card by card. I printed the photos on a 4x6 canvas, and since these were like 2.5 by 2.5, I wound up with a little white border on the white 4x6. So I decided to leave a little bit of that edge so that way it could stand out a little more. And then I'm going to stamp hangout time for my daughter and her friend who were having fun jumping off the ledge and like doing gymnastics. Love that photo. Also kind of sad that they're not doing play dates this past March, but you know, I just have to look at the bright side. And the bright side is I'm home with my kids and I still get to craft, and so that's the good thing. I am now stamping Mama Love, which is a sentiment I love. I can't believe I used that photo. I was looking at it in that photo on the right with my son. That mirror is filthy dirty, but I used it, and I really like the photo overall. But I lost the flare that's supposed to go there. It's actually a newer flare that says Mommin' is my jam, but I can't find it. So, oh well, moving on. Okay, so a creative team member named Jennie from the Ali Edwards creative team does some really amazing stamp techniques. She actually does short process videos on her Instagram. I'll leave the information. And she does this repeat stamping technique that I've seen before, so I decided to try it to make one bold central journaling card with all my colors. And I'm using a Stories by the Month April stamp that says this day, and just stamping. And I actually took the stamping all the way to the edge. That's why you see me stamping some of it off the edge. And then I just carried on the pattern. And it turned out so awesome. I absolutely love it. Okay, so now moving on to this card with my kids and their uncle. Once again, this year we didn't get to see Uncle at my son's birthday. So I just really appreciating the seasons of life. I'm learning to really appreciate the different seasons of life and ebbs and flows. So this one, I stamped another heart that says be thankful, and then I just wrote out what the kids were doing, playing with the light science kit, and then that card will be done. And I also stamped a little phrase that said remember this, but in the end I'm just going to take it off because I couldn't figure out where it would look good. I felt like if I put it on the main card of this day, it would just blend in. And I really didn't want to use foam dots, so I'm just not going to. For the photo of my son and the cat, I put enjoy, and I'm just going to put that up in the right corner. And then at the bottom, I stamped a little sentiment that says home sweet home, and I will just put that in the bottom left. And then one flare for the middle that says around here. Finally putting down the Mama Love, and then a different flare. I don't remember what it says, but it's not the one I wanted. It was perfect. It said Mommin' is my jam, and I don't know. My scrapbook room swallowed it. Has that ever happened to you? Let me know if it has. I hope I'm not the only one. I don't think I am, but goodness, I was so mad. It just, my scrap room took it, and I don't know where it went. All right. So these are done. Look how quick these came together. I still haven't put down the wild yet because I still can't make up my mind, and we'll figure it out. I decided I needed one last stamped sentiment, and I actually left this in the editing so you guys can see, once again, I'm not a perfect stamper. But I wanted to cover up the S because it was just a weekend adventure. I didn't need the S. So I was trying to stamp it. It didn't turn out so good. Then I tried to add a little piece of Post-it note to it, and that didn't work either. So finally, the third time, I just left the S and then cut it out and put it over in that bottom left corner. And that completes this spread. Doing it the Heba way, quote unquote, seemed to work really, really well. Like I stuck with my color scheme that I had, and I went card by card doing what I had in mind for each of the cards and stuck with a simple formula, and it came together so quick, like really effortlessly just came together. So I think I'm going to stick with this approach so that way I can continue the catch-up of Project Life 2019. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. I hope this gives you some ideas for your Project Life pages, and I would love a thumbs up, or if you want to keep seeing my videos, a subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.